Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Imperator Roman Invictus Yaudheya here on the Lord Master channel. We have recently expanded eastward again, along with a little bit of south, but not like into South India. No, that will definitely come in future. But we did reach to the Sea of Ganges. When we took over the areas of what was left of the Mauryan Empire, although parts of the Mauryan Empire still exist, but they're just reduced to where they're just becoming a non-factor to me in terms of who is a threat to me. Even though the only other credible threat that I can think of is obviously the Pandyan Empire to the south, which I'm calling it Empire because, you know, the Chola Empire was a historical thing, but Pandya had its own empire too. Right now it's currently dealing with a little provincial rebellion against this little city-state, which I'm sure they're sieging it down, no doubt. Doesn't say under siege yet, but they're gonna be on their way up there. Kalinga has no friends. I gotta get you in one day. Don't wish to resort to war at any time soon. Because eventually, when the Splendor gets up to 800, I plan on spending it on this. To increase diplomatic relations up a bit more. And also we should consider investing more on fortresses. Have a level 4 and at least 3 level 3 fortresses. Because, you know, 0.2 for each objective you complete. And I'm sure in future, when we go down to South India, oh yeah, the ones that have the Agama holy face, or basically anything that is non-Vedic, I'll be willing to destroy those holy sites. I already destroyed one of my own, but that was just to, grab a helmet. Never do that again. But destroy 5 other holy sites. 5 holy sites of other faiths, which we could do that locally against Buddhists, Jain, and Ajivika. And however, there's those up there as well, if I want to, you know, make a safe bet. And some may have interesting treasures. Again, just looking around for interests of what it would look like in a future war against Pandya and going down and take holy sites, because oh man, they sure ravaged it. But again, I have no desire to destroy Buddhist, Jain, and Ajivika holy sites locally. But if it was against the Agamic ones, I'd be sure more than willing to do that and happily to take these treasures from them. Because we have about 7. And since, you know, we've recently taken over, you know, rest of Magda and a few other areas, we have stuff like these. So you put that there. So I see. Well, for future reference, if we ever fight against Moria again, I want you to get up there and destroy those holy sites. But again, that'll be next time for hostilities. For now, we just gotta wait for the aggressive expansion to go down a bit. And in the meantime, we should actually stabilize and grow. Since, you know, we do control most of that now. Let's do it. Patliputra. Yes, it's got a library and a commercial district. And it is a city status. Well, metropolis if you want to be more specific. Also, we should keep well in mind, since, you know, Mauryan Empire's been around for a while. And the Magnet culture is no doubt it's going to be large. Population-wise. Oh, actually, they are more numerous than the Kruiks. Doesn't help with the ruler and popularity, but bringing them in would be a huge boon for us. Knowing this does not give us that much levies, but give them all that, it would jump up to similar numbers to that. We do have the stability for that. So we should take that into consideration. Not to mention this would double the manpower, which is going to be doubled give time. But keep in mind, we're starting to catch up on the number of pops that Pandya has. So, in a year's time, Kruik, freemen, and citizens will appear in Patliputra. Then a migration attraction will be coming up, repopulate that metropolis. And speaking of repopulate, in order to keep up that growth, build those farming settlements there. In order to, you know, feed the province. Because it is a very city-intensive area. But here is the center, the beating heart of India, is in Patliputra. And you know what, you might as well make it a level 4 fort while you're at it. And build another library once you, well, actually do it this way. There you go. Library and fortress, which will be the level 4 fortress. That is a level 3 fortress. Indraprastha is a level 3. Let's make that a level 3 as well. Just to have. Anywhere else? Varaka. Damodar. It does have a city, but this needs one. It's in hills, so that's good to know. Area of strategic value. If anybody attacks us from below, we can mention that there. Fruits of Pundra. Up there needs farming settlements. Andra's city. Baraka needs a city and a grand theater, subsequently. Again, willing to invest these areas that we have newly conquered. And in far future, and by the way, this is a new term that just started for him. And this is not his first. He was once the Maharaj Senapati in past. Obviously make it Ganga for reduced build cost and time. Okay, down there. The sugar of Chandrakithagar. It needs a city, population to be 40, number of goods produced there, so 3, in which, you know, this area has sugar, currently produces sugar. That would be a great one. Magdi culture lived there, which I plan on integrating that culture because they're actually the majority population instead of us Kurdik. As I said, this is the one that we cannot ignore, so we should give it that. So I get to, yeah, you may not like it, the primary culture happiness, but they'll come to understand one day. And maybe perhaps when we get to religious advances, gotta pick this up. Put that in planning. Integrated culture happiness is always good. So I don't know if that will become an issue in the future. But we're bringing the Magdi culture in as an integrated culture because they're too big to ignore. Not to mention it would be a huge boon for the levy size during times of war, as well as the eventual creation of legions. Which we have to do that one day. Now, you may not like us, Kalinga, but one day we need you on our side. Just hope that we can get to you before Pandya gets to you. Then Pandya would have no choice but to fight us in wars, which would be very, very bloody. The Yaudheya and Pandyan wars. You can imagine. In future. Oh, that's a cut. Never mind. We'll get to those one day. But for now, it's the period of peace. Lower the fort maintenance so we can make even more money. And we'll use that money to anything we need. The promotion of Patliputra as a Kurik has only made it attractive to Kurik. It's begun to appear new life in the growing city of Patliputra. City is open to all. Because it was a metropolis long ago and it needs to return to prominence. Next time we fight a war, I plan on expanding down the Indus. Grabbing all of this. With the exception of Gadrosia. Stay away from there. And also subsequently take Kashmir as well. That's going to require two forces at work here. One to take care of Kashmir in the short term. Main army down there. Right all the way. And another to take care of all this. That's what I envision in the future. The city in Baraka is to be built. Another city to be built there. Not as good. Our settlement policy in Patliputra has attracted attention, especially amongst the classes of soldiers in the army. Making use of the promise of freeland, they arrived in Patliputra, seeking to make a new life for themselves and their families. We can get that up very easily, so just the type of settlers we need. 2 freemen up here then. Keep it up. Bestowment. Each head of the family will have a holding. Now the traditionalists dominate here. Because of extremely high stability, they give us that approval. Which is no doubt the traditions will take charge after the end of this term. Oh yeah, I still had that one free investment. But still kind of think about, well, where do I invest it in? What do I invest to? Because I'm thinking Nokar to build a port. So we could at least have a possible navy for the Indus. Even though the number of ships they have aren't great. But still, it's just something to have. Actually, the probably solo there aren't going to be paid by Samatata. Never mind. Fortress have been built. Never before has the streets of Patliputra has been as clean and its gardens so well kept. The brick form and temples now make it immediately apparent that this is not just a city, but the very center of a major power. An urban expression of splendor and wealth. Patliputra is now a city of brick. So settlement policy for the next year to encourage further growth. Still being integrated, slowly but surely. So now, Patliputra will be a commercial hub for the next 5 years, increasing tax, provincial loyalty, population assimilation. So we got that done. Now, build farming settlements. Slave family emerges. And a personally hard-working and talented slave named Vasumitra Prahaya has climbed to the top of the social ladder against all odds. Born in the stable outside of Moranipur, he was educated by his county master, worked his way to the head of the household, and was eventually freed. He came to Rohtak and profited through some shrewd business deals, or rather, before serving a while as a local magistrate, and has now won the election to the Sangha. The noble class is particularly ruffled about sharing the air they breathe, let alone the benches of the Sangha, with the former slave, and the state is drawn into the question of policies on senatorial appointments and the manumission of slaves. While not a patrician by blood, Vasumitra is certainly a well-to-do man with some influence in the Yoddheya Gana. And no doubt his children, Bhumimitra and Parvatka, has inherited his determination. Oh, don't give them the Pandya. I'll say we could do some new blood in the Senate. It would cause a stability drop for that, but I need the money. And the approval from Democrats. So now that a prominent family around here. So we gotta appeal to them too. I mean, we're running out of, males, especially the Pratavinya family. Because there's not enough male adults here, so yeah, we thought it is about time for some fresh blood. You're right. Okay. Who has too much that I'm willing to dump? Integrity those low statesmanship. You'll do. You're a minor character. That'll do. Get a farming settlement here. Two granaries. We got that down. All you have to do is just save up some money. And wait for the city to be finished. These two cities. We we gotta do is just wait for the Magdid culture to be, you know, inherited. And, well, never mind then. I guess there's not enough room here. Probably the family have been, for a long time, an integral part of the internal politics of our party. Wants to have innovation and exemplified civic duty. They have over time increasingly become associated with complacency and misuse of the authority they hold by tradition. At this point, few would consider the lineage to be particularly notable. Ruling requires more dignity, so now they've fallen back to minor characters. This is happening because your country had more great families than the current great allows. Okay. Makes sense. So what we did here was just to trim the fat. The right to join the military and defend Yoddheya Gana through force of arms has been long a point of pride for our citizens. Now, the increasing rights bestowed upon the Magdid people calls are mounting that they should be allowed to serve in the military as well, as a possible solution to our dwindling manpower reserves. Of course, this will cause jealousy and resentment of our existing soldiery. Many will still view Magdi as their old enemy. We already have high discipline, and you know our enemies cannot match our discipline, so I think we should be alright. And more Magdi slaves appeared in Patliputra, Nadikagama, and Narendra, which they'll become freemen in time. So I say an excellent idea. Anything to beef up the manpower. That just gives me an idea in regards to provincial investments. Okay. Move it. Takshila is the capital. Nobles give research. And we know that Takshila is the center of learning. Although I would love to have that culture be more integrated into ours, which would take some time when it becomes Kuruk. We should invest in that. And what am I going to do with that? I plan on building a noble district just to have more nobles there. Because the Zide ratio is there. So we got to appeal to nobles. Because I want Takshila to be the city of nobles. Where all that great research is going to come from there. Especially when we get rid of that dominant culture of Greco-Indian there and replace it with Koduk. That's what I want for it. Takshila will be the city of nobles, as I stated. I sometimes forget that option. You can negotiate with barbarians. Typically, I don't. Whether by happy coincidence, the blessings of the goddess of fortune, or just diligent management, for the past year, production and the settlement of Harappa has far surpassed our predictions of local bureaucrats and administrators. While we could simply exploit these boons for short-term gain, some suggest it's an opportunity to study the organization of slaves in Harappa, who, by all accounts, are an unusually satisfied and productive bunch, and attempt to apply the lessons across the province of Malaya. Alternatively, we could of course simply allow whatever fortune Harappa enjoys to run its natural course without interference. They have it under control, I'll say. Don't mess with it. Don't make me come over there. Go get him. Reminder, build forts there, too. Our ruler's efforts to influence pretty well on the way. In a jovial mood, Prini, Prot Maharaja, Senapati Vidodaka, suggested that formal declaration for loyalty committed to the Sangha would be a fine way of showing our appreciation. We may not convince this politically sensitive move. Next time, perhaps. Get it up. They're gonna go get him. Oh, damn it. Lost the stability. Never you mind. Stop. Almost halfway. Gandhara low food situation. Nothing I could do about that. But I'll tell you what I can do. Have a noble district. Fortress of Patliputra will be done in a couple months. Have a fortress here. Because where do those barbarians come from? Over there. You've been getting a lot of those lately. And have a fortress here. These border fortresses, you know. They're dealing with another provincial rebellion. They got themselves back together with Maurya. I'll be sure to build commercial districts in the future. Baraka city will now produce earthenware. Previously, it only produced vegetables, but citizens will appear there. Now, get a grand theater. Farming settlements buildings are still in progress. Save up to 600 gold, which shouldn't take long, to be real honest. I could easily spend on something else in the meantime, but we can wait. Ah, yes. This other city. Sugar City. What it needs is, well, again, it needs to have a population of 40. Where's the land's population? 9, so make this a new capital, a provincial capital of Anda. Yes. We need to make it the place to be. So have a foundry there. And 2 ports. Because this increases migration attraction. And additionally, whenever we get the port up to level 3, we will have the ability to build medium ships. So Chandraketugat will be the naval base for us. Even though the range isn't great, though. But you get the idea. I mean, the nearest port that we have under our control is Madhyadesa. But even then, as I stated, the range isn't great, but building that would be a bit of an improvement. Slight improvement. Because we can only go as far as Toshali. One sec. Just move one pop here, you got a free one. Because, you know, we're going to need a... well, great temple. Great temple and a couple of mills. Oh, mills also increase migration attraction as well. But keep in mind, you built it in a floodplain, which slaves needed for local surplus is actually good to reduce. Okay. And population capacity is there because it's adjacent to a major river and it's got a nearby river, so it is a very good place for a city then. Get that stability back up. There's two major nearby river as well. So there's the little river and then there's the major river of the Ganges Delta. So you built this city right in the middle of the Ganges Delta. Although there's also these two you also have in your possession. But I prefer this. This is the area to be. Given that, well, let's see. You can go across it through there. That's one part of the strait. Ford through. Oh, and build that. And then subsequently, yeah, I don't think you cross there. It's a one-way area. So this is a good area strategically when you think about it. Which, keep in mind, that's in the areas of modern-day Bangladesh. And I believe that's yeah, Magdi culture did spread to there. Speaking of Magdi, not yet integrated, but it's coming. Now you get a free provincial investment, so invest here. What's it? With the rising prominence and social status of the people of the Magdi descent, the established citizenry is increasingly find their privileges encroached upon. As might have been foreseen, they're becoming increasingly anxious and resentful in the face of this new social competition by people who not too long ago were deemed to be inferior. Already this is boiling over in the form of public and sometimes violent quarrels with the Magdi people, and vocal protests against our policy of integration. Now, listen here. They will learn to treat them as fellow citizens eventually. Yeah, the Kurdic people isn't going to be happy with that for a couple of years, but it'll be worth it. Trust me! It's the line. 650 gold needed. We can wait a couple of months for that. And this is going to be completed in about a month's time for this. Then I have to spend that. There's this option. Yeah, we could definitely replace it with horses. Anybody got a horse? One. From Sumer. Whoa. You better make it quick though. Because getting horses from elsewhere is limited. In some of our holdings, some young incense trees have been sprouted. One advisor suggests planting some young trees in Nadvala, claiming that increased production would greatly benefit our trade. Alternatively, we could simply sell the surplus of young saplings. Someone else might find them useful. Nadvala produces camels. And the incense, noble happiness. I've always wanted a surplus of incense for country's same religion happiness, which would definitely help out. Especially when you got unhappy cultural pups. Do it. Even though I'm not supposed to be spending money. Level 3 forts. Okay. Because this is a level 3 fort. Yes. Level 3. Level 4. We need a level 3 fort that we need to invest in. Well, there's you. Easy. Stop spending money, dang nabbit. Okay. We got this done. You got yourselves a free promised investment, which now on we're definitely investing at the new place. Because, reducing this number of slaves needed for local surplus there would definitely help it. And Mylene, where is in Magda? Aha! Get rid of the letter and replace it with sugar. That's good idea, actually. And this is permanent for them. Not to mention local research points. Do you think you should hold on the idea of getting more ports? Because the migration attraction speed is actually more effective with mills, to be honest. So actually drop that idea. Go all in on the mills. can invest and build for that great temple. They're definitely going to want to come over there. You definitely need a stone. Could spend it on food, but I prefer this. And I kind of like the idea of, well, we're going to import horses, so let's spend a lot of money to import these said horses. Partly Butcher needs court of law. Well, thanks to the ever-growing population, you'll get it. Chakravala will be a place for a level 3 fortress. I'm actually going to take this route first. Population migration speed will definitely pick up. And a few tribes will be popping up here. And soon we'll get other things. Such as reducing the build cost, reduce the cost to build a road, which we got to do that one day. And especially the big one, urban planning, to reduce the build cost even further, increase capacity, and 2 more city building slots, and faster population promotion speed, which is more important to me, because it feels like, despite initially at the beginning of the playthrough, that playing as a country with the Vedic as the state religion, it's like, yes, it does hurt population promotion, but now it kind of doesn't matter. It's a lot easier now. For the last few days, the dark corners of the Senate House have been abuzz with the whispers of huddled relics resembling senators. An ambitious freedman of the Libertini has managed to make his way from the alleys of Kaspaparos to the assembly of Rotak, winning local elections with wide popular support. Whether his success could be attributed to merit or more nefarious means has been a hot topic among his detractors. In any case, Shrutayush and his supporters are demanding that he be granted office befitting his talents. Naturally, the more traditional members of the house are loath to tolerate his presence at all, and feel the promotion of former slaves demeans their nobility, such as it is. You've got good zeal. Well, let me see. Yipe. Oh, look. I've never been a popular man by any way, shape, or form. So I'll just say, if you're in politics, never. I'm basically the most hated man of the country. Well, hate is a strong word. So he's been granted this office here. But he'll be loyal. You are a minor character. Unfortunately, you're the only man that's going to be soon in this office, just to give you the satisfaction. Oh, not again! Those damn barbarians. Just when that fortress was about to be finished. And look at the levy size now. Although we should keep all in mind differences of the contingency of the levies, like say from the Kuru culture, pops that could raise the following levies: 10% chariots, 10% war elephants, 20% heavy infantry, 60% archers. The Mugdi culture 10% infantry, 30% archers, 30% light infantry, 30% war elephants, so they're more mixed. Whereas for us, Aryans, we're more archer intensive. But on this side, well, that's a different story, where they're a little more evened out. And those areas where our Aryan culture group tend to live, well, we're archer intensive and less emphasis on elephants, and a bit more towards the chariot. Which of course, chariots don't do well against cavalry, except the light one. But they can do well against light infantry. So good against spearmen. Like if you want to deal with cavalry, that's what the war elephants are for. They can be dealt with ease. Archers are good against all kinds of infantry and war elephants. That's why heavy emphasis on archers, because you could just rain them down with arrows against the infantry and especially war elephants. Are the Tamil culture more elephant intensive? These Pandyans. 20% war elephants, 25% infantry, 55% archers when it comes to levy. So yeah, okay, they're like us in a way, more archer intensive. Whereas we're a bit more mixed. Okay. Now bring out this large body of troops that's now from this region. All the more reasons why we got to start road building. Because getting from one place to another, but I believe the easiest way to get from one place to another as an alternative build roads is, well, start building a navy. Build 50 plus ships. You got your mills now. Build a temple. Got to keep the populace happy. And look at the research we get from them now, since we integrated them. This helps. Although it doesn't help that you're the governor, who is dumb, but you being obsessive kind of hinders it a bit. But I still wait for the date for Taxila to be of our culture. Slowly but surely to be integrated. Although Greco-Indians still outnumber them. Give it time. I'll be willing to build what barbarians tend to do. That's switch the bottleneck. You know, you don't have a good general, but you have the numbers. Don't be afraid. So we have a fortress now. Just to watch over the border. Ah. Invest over there. Why there? Plan on building some commercial districts. That increases the assimilation speed in addition to imports. I want you to get rid of this output thing, because that's becoming a bit of an issue. Go for cultural assimilation, since we're a bit intensive on that these days. Especially that Greco-Indians and Gandharis are not an integrated culture. Finished him. Got him. Good work. Now please save the money. We got a task to complete. research efficiency. Ho 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 ho! The monthly research efficiency. Thanks to this large number of Mugdi people that we've integrated. Recently we've seen that our tribune in the treasury, also known as the Karanika, Sanamati, as well as those under his charge, have been doing a disappointing job. Seems people have been having issues with them keep reporting back to us how difficult they are to work with. When talking to the man, he claims that it's simply a matter of bureaucracy being difficult, and that the funds for his office have been lacking lately. He makes sure to mention repeatedly that it's likely to work out if only they were given more funds to work with. That corrupt trader will not be given anything. My term will end this year, so they'll be happy to see me gone. Never been popular. Slightly reduce the build cost. Makes things easier for us. And by the end of this year, reduce the roads, then urban planning. I'll be very happy with this. Once we're done with this fortress and completed this thing to keep outsiders out. Oh, hold on there. Here it is. This is what I want. To have more diplomatic relations means more client states. I'm trying to make Kalinga one. Broken alliance. Come in with us. You'll be safe with us. Hidden has been entrusted with tutoring Gana Madhyadesa and all things considered. A simple enough task, or so we thought, and one that pays very well for the privilege of extracting a member of the nobility. Unfortunately for us, Mahadin has been complaining that Dana is not paying attention at all during the daily lectures, often falling asleep in the middle of class. When Mahadin gently asked Donna to pay attention, the small rat threw the goblet of wine at the teacher, who was now threatening to quit. Well, this is my son we're talking here. He's frail. I'll say the nerve. Threaten Donna that they don't shape up. It is. Growth possibly push complete, so the province of Magda is a thriving governing capital. Another city building slot, local and port routes, and 3 more minor carriages to come, as well as our noble there. New men here. Very good. Now, I'm willing to spend the money to import the horses over in Varendra, because apparently we don't have enough way of getting more horses, because it's seemingly lacking of that here. What are you doing? Capisa Arcosian War. So yes, that's my plan on all this. just to increase the speed of cultural assimilation, which takes every few years, but we could try to speed that up, even if some of them are not of the Vedic faith. When we get to urban planning, I'll be sure to build another quest district and a grand temple. So now traditionalists run across the board. Now, every 13 slave pop. Very good. But it needs time to increase the population. Mauryan Civil War finally ends. Loyalists win. So they finally got tired beating each other up. Yeah, I'm a corrupt man. Don't ask that. Cultural primacy. You're talking about that. Right, now that they're on board, I want you to centralize that population just to increase the migration attraction. Because it's the place to be. In a couple years' time, unless we get a lucky breakthrough, gotta go for urban planning. Now we have the ability to have land reforms. So this is the current one, which reduces the aggressive expansion impact. Changing any of this, Prussian migration, that's tempting. Slaves needed for surplus, which would definitely help us out economically for exporting goods. But no, we're territorial expansion crazy these days. Manpower's at the max. But I'm also strongly considering changing the law to modernize the military so we could create legions. Have you flogged for that? Because one day Pandya's gonna fight us. We can ally with them, interestingly enough. Well, to be fair, I've been improving relations with them for some time. But I kind of wish to try to get you in. All the building's construction is complete. There you go. Would love to increase the fortress size for Texila, given how dear it is to me. Because I could imagine build these little areas that would be choke points, especially up here in those mountains. Yep, Bactria went to civil war again, and they're not done. Leaders usually. Anyways. Incense for country, same religion, happiness. Because we know there are some pops that may be unhappy, but they're Vedic, so this would encourage stability here. With the long-term supply of fodder secured there, now some argue that Vajendra would make the ideal location for breeding horses for our armies. This would require an investment that could pay off in the long run. Because apparently there's a lack of horses in this country. Yeah. Look at the trade good for horses. Yeah, there is a lack of it. You find some of them, you know, particularly in the areas near and around the Punjab. And further down the Indus, that's where you find the horses. You find none of that in the rest of the subcontinent, so that's why they have to be imported over here. So now we have it. Especially in farmland, it suits it. And there's plenty of sugar out there. Give it time. Eventually, areas from other places will grow here. This finishes this mission. Pearl of Madhyadesa. Ah, yes. It's like we would say that Patliputra is the heart of India. Well, technically, yes. But don't forget the middle land. In Madhyadesa, our home government. Which its population rivals of that, nearly. So, Madhyadesa is our home as well as the center of our country. We must grow the economy of our home region and renovate the capital center to make it the shining center of civilization that deserves to be. So this mission will deal with the developing of the region of Madhyadesa, which this would include embellish our capital in Rohtak and increase the food supply. I'm sure we've done some of that already. Actually, no, you have not. It needs one more farming settlement. This has it. This has it. This got it. Yes? No. Okay. One more here and we'll get started. It'll take time though. Because we don't have, you know, the benefits like we used to just hope. Here it comes. Spend it. Now, after the farming settlements, Yaudheya. Do you have a granary? No, you don't. There's room for 2. And you need that amount of gold. You could go that way instead. And import more horses. You got it. You got a few in Malia, but go get one from Veracruz here. Meanwhile, expand trade at Kuru. Invest in 3 more trade routes. Okay then. When we get the free provincial investments, sort of thing from newer rulers, not him because he already had one previously. It does not appear he's ruled before, so there's a good indicator. He was a researcher. I have a feeling that Pandya would either attack us or attack Maurya. Or Shunga. What does the council say? Go to Kapisa. No. Salvira. Yeah. They were talking about a claim to this. At least we got a few of them. But no claims against Maurya. If you were to have one, I would choose this. The city of Upland. He's been often overlooked by the wealthy pages of our capital. Today, Madhyadesa has offered to spend a sizable quantity of Zala constructing a grand temple to one of the great gods. Of course, our permission before he embarks on construction. Surely we can let them what it decides what it wants. Yeah, we never paid attention to that. They get a tax office. As I was saying, fabricate a claim in Inner Thalistra, because these 2 areas are now the most populous. Inner and Outer. So Inner first. Work on it. Get 2 granary buildings. Just, yes, Varanasi, the holy city of the Vedic faith. Same for Buddhists. Not again. Why do you have so many barbarians that comes from over there and you don't do nothing about it? That's going to become a real bother, so we should consider investing more border fortresses at areas where there's crossings. And here, too. The Ganges Delta is a vulnerable place, despite the fact that I'm putting a bunch of investment to it. Have a port then. Anything else? Yeah, the Varanasi. Embellish Rotak. All the things that they'll do. City building slots. City building slots. More research. Rotak will be a great city. It has been, but I have a feeling that it just can't keep up with the growth if we wanted to make it a metropolis. Don't need a friendship now. How many city building slots does Varanasi have? 8. He's already got 2. 1 more will do. And then, one moment. You renovate those shrines. And sacred temple to be built then. He's already got one. And build a foundry there, why not? Papyrus is a pretty valuable, very valuable trade good that some people would like to have, because in the Indian subcontinent it's not that common. You find that in Gaya, Varanasi, and of course Taxo. So papyrus is not very common. Reminds me. Yeah, we already got that. And yet nobody's buying them. Nobody's importing them. There's an event, but give me a moment. Here. Imported horses. Huh, what a coincidence. The trade in trained war horses is vital to our success in mounted warfare. These sturdy creatures are capable of pulling a hand's weight and are unlikely to panic in battle. Plus 15 chariot discipline. Plus 15% chariot discipline. Oh, we have chariot events and now we have chariot discipline. I'm trying to think. What other traditions where they put emphasis on chariots? That's not common. Greeks don't do that. Romans don't do that. Do Iberians do that? I'm just looking. Just messing through. Iberians don't do that. Celta Iberian. They don't do chariots either. What about just plain Celtic? Huh, similar to Indians in a way. Their archer intensive are the Celts. But they're not into chariotry either. Britannic. They're into chariots. Chariot defense, chariot discipline, chariot offense. Okay, so it's the Britannic types of the Celts. They're the ones that are into chariotry as much as the Indians do. So there you go, we have a bit of a similar mindset. But I see very completely different peoples. And when we're done with the Indian King traditions from now on, we're going down a route that's going to increase the morale and defense for the heavy infantry. And then I guess we could work on Indian tribe. Where it's more terrain, like say if you're living in more less populated areas, the Indian tribe stuff is for you. The traditionalists are using their influence in society to attempt to revoke the rights of our Madhyadesa subjects, whose legal status they see affront in encroachment on the privileged status of accruing citizens of Yoddheya Gana. The final say rests of our Maharaj Sanapati whose decision will affect countless livelihoods across our country. Nonsense. None of these subjects deserve it. Although that is a huge drop for vetoing that. For the support. But they'll still come around. But we could still please them. Good to know. Get me a little bit more higher stability if we get lucky, and I will most certainly finally pass that law. I'm not waiting for that military reform chain event anymore. That's not gonna happen. Governor Remoto. You'll do. For now, just save your money. What happened? Well, whatever it is, sorry I neglected you. Oh, that's not enough. There's no governor corruption here, so corruption's not an issue. But at least this would stop for the time being. I neglected to have looked over them. There, now you got a port there, so now our naval range is a little bit better. All the more reasons why sooner or later we gotta expand towards Zarathustra. Because those ports there would be advantageous, so this would definitely give us an excuse to have a navy. Instead of trying to conquer down the Indus, then build a navy there. So why not do both? Whew. All the more reasons of why more stability. Actually, you cover the cost. I'm trying to save them. Try to save the money here. So I could get this. And then eventually that, then, well, definitely expanding the trade, and among other things. I don't think we're going to get them anytime soon. It's almost gone now. As much as I would love to start the next war, but I actually want to wait for one more stability gain. And then start building a legion. A big one. Because right now I'm at a point of being passive. What is going on in that part of the world? Here we go. Rome was able to reach as far as Athens. And now they're starting to go that way. There you go. Now let's just wait a few more. The big one. Urban planning. Further reduction of build costs, increased population capacity, more city building slots, population per suite goes up, and more global monthly food modifier. Cannot have rural planning for that. I think we should start having to increase the primary culture happiness, or integrated culture happiness, and more monthly food modifier for all, so it can keep up with the growth. Because as much as I like building cities and all that, it's just we need to, keep up with that growth in order to basically match our strength in regards to number of populations expanded. And those integrated cultures that we have, we can create larger legions. I would build a few more commercial districts here. Population simulation is the way to go with this route. It's going to take a while to get them all to coding. Even if we have to convert them. They won't cost as much, so keep it up. Keep at it. It's just their problem now. So many buildings I would love to build to help them out, but I failed to neglect it. We just simply built a city, did our thing, and left. We didn't make much in the way of improvement, other than it's a place where we store our grain. I'm terribly sorry. And obviously there is room for that now with urban planning. It's going to be a fast-growing city, Very poor health. The right is Scout. Oh, don't worry about him. He isn't going to be around for long. At least I'm not terribly anxious of what Pandya is going to do next. pilgrims in Satadu. Yeah. The latest years, we've seen a huge influx of pilgrims traveling to Satadu. It's become known as a holy site amongst the Hindus living nearby. There is no holy site. It's always a great opportunity to make a lot of money in these pilgrims travel by. Or we could try to garden. There's some of the popularity among the fathers to make sure that Satadu is inviting as well as take care. Oh, oh. Well, I do want the money. I'll take it. Nobody likes the idea of, corruption. Because, traditions are... No, it's the Democrats that are against corruption. Keep that well in mind. Yeah, we gotta have this. Now we need 800 gold to start importing horses there, since we mentioned before, there's not enough horses in India. We've been importing them. Help us out with the chariots. And sooner or later we gotta start, investing more towards new trade routes in Kuru. That'll be for long term. It'll be a great and grand city. Speaking of great and grand, you can have room to build more aqueducts, turn that into Metropolis. But damn it, man, he doesn't have the road to connect it. Just to make it feel special or something. Kashmir, you got it. That area's got incense. Another valuable commodity that is scarce in this part of the world. No, we need the stability. Our income is excellent, and money's going elsewhere soon. Because I'm really thinking about it. Do that, and we gotta spend a lot of money in creating a large legion of whatever I think it should be. But please wait. Because I'm not in the mood to fight yet. But I am a bit suspicious. They've raised their levies there. Their army is stationed. Is it coming for us? Because if that were the case, it'll be a big mistake for them. I don't know if I'm ready for another countrywide war. Especially that I'm hell-bent on, me being research obsessive. Look, at the beginning of the episode it was like 111 something, but now it's over 200. I am astonished and very happy with this. Because look. Military tech is 13. Pandya's is 6. You just can't compare. Import those horses. So now, this area here is now another area where we get horses from. As I've said, horses is another valuable commodity. Well, just like with incense. Another thing that we're relatively scarce of. What else with us? Near death, don't worry. Civil War won't happen when he passes. Tempting fate, though. Damn. Told you, there isn't enough incense. But we do have one here, so... I would build a reservoir here just to make things easier for me to import it locally. As long as there are slaves available there, that is. Viradaka, the previous ruler, now rivals with him. Yeah. And now we got another part that's got incense. This Kashmir is largely depopulated. There's more incense up there. Well, in the meantime, I'm thinking. I mean, yes, we have zero aggressive expansion. Traditionalists will remain in power. At least we got someone with higher finesse, which will definitely help us out in commerce income and reduce building cost. But has he ever been a ruler previously? No, not with that young age. That's probably the youngest we've had in a while. So he's going to be around for a while. And it's also a key first step to, to have province investments back down in Kuru. Well, I'm going to be out of here corrupted. So. I'll say he's doing a fine job, but that man, though. Where did he go? In this case. Actually, he was the governor. It is him, so... Okay. He says, no, it says, he's doing a fine job, and now you got this dumb, proud, all this, and this is his first, so it's a start. Next three, hopefully young rulers, and if you wish to invest, you need 300 gold for that. But in the meantime, someone loyal. Now Patliputra restores its population back to what it was as a metropolis. Now well provided by food. Get another library. Because I think we should do it in a similar fashion like like with Takshila that I have planned. Build a third library and have a noble district there. And a second granary just to keep up with the growth. Because, can't be really doing much. And in the meantime, just continue to raise a lot of money. And strongly consider, the idea of military reform, modernize, to create a legion. 3 legions, perhaps. Because based on the way it's going, we do have the economy to support all of that. Okay, good. It's starting to go back our way now. Start building buildings from there so you don't neglect them anymore. Sorry I failed you. What little is left of the Parthian loyalists? They're almost wiped off the map. Yeah. Fortress over here in the middle. Not that terribly anxious. Oh, what does this city produce? Cloth. Actually, let them continue. It's another city that we kind of don't give a damn about. Not again. So now they tend to get this, because I am not getting rid of the Magdi culture as an integrated culture. I'm not doing that. So no matter what you say, there are ways to win approval. So now this prevents us from, passing any law without occurring tyranny. Even though we can handle large amount of tyranny, we've done that before. Tyranny's good with the oligarchs. But they'll come around. Eventually. Just focus on, things that you've been doing lately. Thanks to urban planning. Oh, yeah, much faster. Especially if they're vetting. One second. Is there anybody that's, Alright. Get over here. Over here. Anybody that's of our culture is going to be moved to Taxila. Not much. Okay, there it is. And there you go. Research just jumped up a little. Now, if only there are more nobles of our culture, which there is. There needs to be more of that. And where do you find the promotion speed? Aha. So optimal ratio for nobles versus citizens. Slaves are less than desired. So I think with time, you're going to need another noble district. Every little bit helps. Just need somebody younger. Yeah, research primarily comes primarily from citizens and nobles, especially nobles. Because my future plan is to get that, yes, just for population growth and food modifiers, so that way I could stop starving up there every time when it's winter. There's nothing I can do about that. Yuji made its way down there. Sake isn't quitting. Oh, ever since Bactria revolted, the UG have been making lots of gains. So yeah, I told you they'll come around, the traditionalists. Even though I told them no on the agenda, which would be very much against that. Let's do our peace, high stability, all that. Told you they'll come around, and I can have patience with that. Right. Get this, and this, just to make sure this never happens again. Sorry I neglected you. There's some farming settlements haven't built there yet. I'm sure there's a lot of farming settlements or other things that has food producing provinces that I have not put on the farming settlements there, just to show that we could definitely have that. Okay. Capace is still at war. Salvira might be on the verge of another civil war. Guess there's an opportunity to take advantage of that. And just as I feared, they are going to fight whatever's left of Mauryans. Go up this way and that way especially. Radha is their main objective there, but I believe they'll just take them all out, save for a few, enclaves. They'll be looking at us next. You feel threatened? Klingon might go into civil war. See, look at the amount of manpower. I'm sure when we expand through there, and there, and there, just basically the entire northern half of India that's not yet under our control, we would have 100,000 maximum manpower. Perhaps after the end of all this, along with other degrees of population control, we may have nearly 200,000. You'd be able to last a world war in a sense. Oh yeah, I forgot the Moria of the Himalaya. Citizens Euphorics gave me more money. Senate's back on our side. I'll end the episode, I'll cut it short when it's January. Because remember, long term, expand the trade in Kuru province 3 times. Unless you want to spend one right now, which will cost you half of what you currently have. So we'll stop here. So I think you should do that. I'll go into this, so make an investment there. And then when it's finished, later in my term, I'll pick up the free province investment, put that down there. Because the next person is expected to be this one, which he was ruler previously. So just do that 3 times. And then when we're done expanding the trade there, we will embellish that city, which will give us a lot more benefits, especially to these other 2 cities, which I haven't thought about investing in until now. So that's something we ought to take a look at, especially me being research intensive. And later on, go down this way and make another great donation to Varanasi. And then all that. Their capital is not up there. Okay. Neither is this. So I assume their new capital is there, yeah, in Radha. And concurrently during all of this, I am definitely, most certainly, go get that. Because the amount of money that we'll be raising, as much as I would like to spend on other things, that would definitely help us out. Here is 178, so it would be high time to modernize the military and start building some really large legions that the subcontinent has never seen. And what's scarier than that is, if you remember from previous battles, every time a levy fights, the discipline is usually under 130%, but now with a legion, and plus, okay, look, it'll be 135 discipline, and a legion that's a more discipline, especially if it's the first one that's ever created, 140, possible 140 plus, which could mean even the largest of armies cannot best ours. So we'll soon learn not to be fearful of Pandya, despite its massive size. So you're going to see a rise of an unstoppable, militaristic republic, which it should be reminded that this is the only republic in all of the subcontinent, an aristocratic republic to be exact. The rest of them are monarchies. While that one is theocratic uniquely enough. Your Vedic, right? What do they call the... So they call the Vedic rulers who are of theocratic monarchs as the Vadyaraja. Vadyaraja. Interesting. But anyways. Oh, and you're still settled tribe. Hopefully you'll become civilized one day. You're at war with Pandya. So, we hope you people have enjoyed this episode as again, Parthia soon disappeared, be replaced by new Parthia. And there's going to be a lot of spending and manpower spending, but we would not be at war immediately. No. All that great income that we've been making, well, it's going to be all spent on army maintenance now. Especially when we got the UG, this new power that's rising up there that's going to be breathing down our necks. And Sakya, well, it's still in a precarious position. usually will be around for a while. But not terribly worried about them yet. So, I'll figure out what the composition of what allegiance should look like in the next episode, and all that and more, when we raise a little more funds, that is. But until then, so long for now.